You know, sometimes it's hard not to feel cheated, misled, or just overall pissed.
You deserve better. You have to take the safety off. Just like I showed you. I've never really felt love. Real love. Until now.
And such is the case for Dexter's New Blood. Now, I could easily talk about what a fucking dumpster fire this season was, considering we saw how parts of the story about the peculiar, secluded millionaire that went nowhere, or the fact Kurt's reasoning behind killing runaways is flimsy and weak, or how Harrison never suffers any repercussions for his actions. I mean, the kid was basically still in the wrestling team by the end of the season, for God's sake. Even after overdosing at a party and breaking another wrestler's arm after he tried to tap out. You'd think these two things alone would be grounds for disciplinary action.
Well, that is where you'd be wrong.
Or how Angela was the person to bring down Dexter, despite not being able to catch the one guy she has been chasing for 25 years, who lived in the same small town as her. But I digress. Alright, one more. What's with Molly throwing Dexter under the bus after he saved her life? Let's just say it was you. Would you be asking questions to the chief of police that would imply that your hero is guilty of something? Or would you just be grateful that somebody showed up in the nick of time to save you and how you just escaped a near-death encounter? Anyways, I would have been willing to overlook all of that. All of it. If it wasn't for the finale we had to bear witness to, known as Sins of the Father. The finale actually started off pretty well, and was giving us a few decent ways to send the character off right. But instead the writers decided to create a new ending. Something that makes the original one look like a work of art, which is really saying something. Here's the thing. Fans were clearly not happy with how Dexter ended 10 years ago, which is why it was brought back to begin with. But to be honest, I'm not entirely convinced that's the case, because you mean to tell me that the fans wanted to see Dexter kill Logan, an innocent, which was ridiculously out of character considering we've seen his priorities change in Season 5 from never get caught to never kill an innocent. Or to see Hannah killed off screen in a lazy way, or for Harrison to show up on Dexter's doorstep after 10 years only to treat him like shit, bond with him for practically a day, and by the end of it, to have Harrison kill his own father. Yeah, thanks Harrison. Thanks for showing up. Really glad you found your dad. Let me tell you something. If I would have known that the relationship between Dexter and his son would have come full circle like this, then I wish Rita would have had an abortion. I wish Rita would have gotten pushed down a flight of stairs while she was pregnant with Harrison. That's sarcasm, just for those of you who don't know. But seriously, between the way in which Dexter died and the ketamine M99 plot hole mix-up, or how we never got to see Batista confront Dexter about being the Bay Harbor Butcher, boy, I guess it's a good thing we never got to see that, huh? Otherwise we might have actually felt something. Jesus fucking Christ. Just how was this made for the fans? Well, I can confidently say it wasn't, as this was simply a way of bringing a rushed yet a definitive end in order to shut the passionate fans of this show up. Ironically, after all of this, after all the hype, excitement, and anticipation for the conclusion to Dexter's story, the end result was just the same, with it being a flawed, messy, and just an unfitting end to a beloved character. What makes it so much worse this time around is that it's final. There is no room to go back and fix mistakes, or for it to be open-ended enough to be reworked into something likable. This is the end of the road, and a dead end for the show. Anyways, much like Michael C. Hall, I'm done, and don't want much else to do with Dexter. It was certainly fun while it lasted, and was indeed a great show, until it wasn't. To whom it may concern, thanks for listening.